Buongiorno and welcome to Napoli, or Naples as we know it.
Naples is the third largest city in Italy and is found in the south of the country. The history of Naples dates back to the ancient Greeks, and it's now a centre for art and archaeology. Naples has a reputation as a dangerous city full of trash, graffiti and petty crime. We set out to explore Naples with an open mind, and what we found was something quite different. A vibrant city full of energy, an obsession with Diego Maradona, the childhood home of Sophia Loren, and of course, the birthplace of pizza. The drive from Rome to Naples only takes about 3 hours, but as we left Rome late, we stopped halfway. We found a great park up by this river with its rather unusual local residents.
They're actually a large river rodent. Although these guys look like giant rats, they're not. These semi-aquatic herbivorous animals are nutria, commonly known in Italy as a castorino, or little beaver, and they are about twice the size of a cat. Introduced to Italy around a century ago from South America to be farmed for the once fashionable fur trade, these days they are an ever-growing destructive pest.
Now we are off to Napoli.
When the moon hits your eye, I can be pizza, that's amore.
Once in Naples, we left the motorway and drove down some narrow streets to a camper sosta, which means stopover. We were concerned about the security for the van while we went sightseeing, and this offered great peace of mind. While we're staying here in Naples, we're camped up here in basically the camper van parking at a place called Portici, and it's not far out of Naples. And it's good because this is a secure parking, but it's got everything you need. So it's got water and grey water disposal there, bins and recycling, a little toilet and shower, and a gorgeous dog.
And a watchdog.
Ferdinando. It's staffed 24 hours a day, and there's a big gate. And this is Mattia. He's really awesome and looks after the place.
Oh, big stretch.
Look at this fellow. So leaving the car park.
This could be interesting going down this one-lane road though. Quick!
We walked to the local train station to catch the train into Naples. Bit scary walking through that little narrow spot. Now, if you decide to come and stay at this camping place, you need to be aware that there is a low tunnel.
More than a few people are smacked into that.
Yeah.
Holy dooly.
So if you're coming from the north, take the second exit,
Boomfa.
the Portici exit. Righty, so we've arrived at the train station, Portici Bella Vista. And so this train line runs from Naples to Pompeii. I think it goes all the way down to Sorrento.
Can we get a tap and go or a day pass?
Yeah, we can at that one.
Just tap and go.
Yep.
Okay.
We'd heard all the stories about pickpockets on the trains, but we had no problems catching the train day or night. We changed trains to the metro and popped out right near the Castel Nuovo. This imposing building is called the Castel Nuovo, or the New Castle, which is kind of ironic because it doesn't actually look very new. When was it built, Nigel?
1270s.
Yeah.
So it's like 800 odd years old.
And it was the royal seat until 1815, so until the end of the Napoleonic era. And it was obviously built as a fortification. Now you can go into the castel, but we have read it's a little bit underwhelming, so we're not going to bother. This square that we're in now is called the Piazza del Plebiscito. Is that how you say it?
Plebiscito, yeah.
Piazza del
I believe
Plebiscito.
you.
And it was originally designed as a monument to Napoleon, but it's named after the plebiscite that was signed in 1860, bringing Naples into the unified Italy. The building behind us there is the Royal Palace.
In the distance there you can see Vesuvius, which we hopefully can walk up in a couple of days.
So this building was originally designed as the monument to Napoleon, and then obviously after Waterloo it was changed and it's now a church. Sometimes you can go in it, but apparently it's usually closed. One of the things that is one of the bad things here in Naples. Obviously, it's a city that is kind of synonymous with petty crime, mafia, rubbish everywhere, and graffiti. And you can definitely see that all around this beautiful monument here.
Can't get in.
No. All along the outside of the Royal Palace here are all of these statues. So these would have been rulers of this area: Alfonso of Aragon, Charles of Anjou. And in this building over here is the Grand Cafe Gambrinus. And this is apparently where the custom of the suspended coffee, or cafe sospeso, began, whereby you go in, you buy your coffee, and you pay for another coffee and put the ticket in a special jar, and then someone in need, a homeless person or whatever, can come in and get a coffee that you have paid for. Well, there's definitely something going on in Naples today. There is roads blocked, there's police everywhere, undercover police, police cars. Look at them down there, they've got the road blocked. We don't know what's going on. Nigel's going to try and find out. What's happening, Nigel?
Well, it turns out the President of Italy is coming today. Hence all the barricades and the police everywhere.
Il Presidente. So we're coming up now to the Galleria Berto I. This Galleria was built in the 1890s as part of a late 19th century effort to beautify the city of Naples. If you do come in here, don't just look up. I mean, the ceiling is beautiful, the dome is gorgeous, but it's also really worth looking at the floor. The tile work and the mosaics here are gorgeous too.
So we got the right. There's my one, Scorpio.
Just the detail in these buildings is beautiful. Look at the inside of that doorway arch. We walked into the narrow streets looking for somewhere for lunch. We found a super cute little restaurant to have some lunch, and we can even see them preparing the food back there. I ordered the gnocchi alla sorrentina, and Nigel ordered spaghetti vongole. How is it, Nigel? So now we are going to catch the funicular. So it looks like we can do a tap and go.
That won't work.
The funicular would take us up to the Castel St Elmo. I don't know why, but I was thinking we'd see a lot more. It was in a tunnel the whole way. Actually, we still had a bit of a walk from the funicular to the Castel, but it was interesting to see another part of the city. We have just bought our tickets to the Castel St Elmo. So this is the imposing castle here, 6-pointed star. So we don't actually get to go inside, but we get to walk up and around the walls.
And 6-pointed, so that the cannons would have uninhibited view in each direction. You can't see any cannons, but...
No, maybe they stuck out of that hole there. Nigel, when was the castle built?
1500s, 1537, I was reading. You can see cannons through there, and then up there, there's the drawbridge.
After walking over the drawbridge and up through the tunnels, we arrived at the top of the walls. When you come up to the top of the Castel St Elmo, you get to walk all the way along the walls here. From the top of the castle, we've got beautiful views out over the city of Naples, all the way across to Vesuvius, the Gulf of Naples, and even out to the Isle of Capri. And obviously this castle was built as a fortress, so we've got all of these little shooting holes here where I'm just playing archer again.
Playing archers, eh? was worth the €5, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
10 for two.
Yeah,
2 for 10.
definitely. Definitely. A really great visit. Right up and around the walls.
Very cool ramparts.
Incredible views. Yeah. So if you don't want to spring the €5 and go up to the castle, you can come to this terrace here and get a pretty good view. I mean, you can't, it's not as good.
Can't see Capri.
Really, nowhere near as good. No, you can't see Capri.
No, it's worth going up top.
Yeah. Now we're going to walk down this little path, kind of winds its way down there, to the Centro Storico. We have arrived in the official historic centre of Naples, and there's a couple of really cool buildings here. So this one behind me is called the Church of Gesù Nuovo. It's not really clear what the building is from the outside. The facade is from a 15th century palace, but it was turned into a church in the 16th century. It's quite dark in here, but it's extremely ornate. Beautiful, beautiful church. Right behind me is the spire of the Immaculate Virgin, built in the 17th century to ward off the plague. This long narrow street is known as Scarpa Napoli, or Naples Splitter, the street that splits the city in two. We walked the length of this street as we headed somewhere we were really looking forward to.
Guys, it's no secret that we love our pizza.
So, of course, while we're in Naples, the home of pizza, we've come to a pizza cooking class.
To learn how to do it right.
Yeah. The class was led by Chef Marco, who was a brilliant teacher. We put on these sexy plastic aprons and then got to work. After crumbling the live yeast into the water, we learned to add the flour into the water, not the water into the flour. That was the first big revelation. 10 to 12 grams of salt.
You don't want to put it too much.
Chef Marco was weighing it.
Okay, now you can put more, chef.
More.
Wait, I'll help you. This.
Uh-huh.
And go. Now, as you can see, this is a bit sticky because now we put the whole hand inside, as you can see. But now we're gonna fix it. We just put some flour on the table like this. We can put all of the dough on it. Now, put your hand inside and rub it. Rub it. Something on top like this.
We then learned that the kneading process is more about folding and pressing, not too hard as we don't want to push all the oxygen out of the dough. Then the dough is shaped by hand. No rolling pins or wine bottles here.
The last one, and done. Put it on the plate. This side on the plate. There you have it, chef. Look at this. Okay.
We topped our pizza with the traditional ingredients: tomato, fiore di latte, which is a cheese similar to mozzarella, basil and olive oil.
Go, shake a bit. Okay. We take it. Stretch it. Careful, guys.
And then they went into the oven for just 90 seconds.
Two handle. Lift it up. Okay. Wonderful. There's your pizza, chef. Congratulations.
Nice one.
Oh my God, friends, look at these pizza creations. Look at that.
Pretty good.
Look at that. We did so well, Nige. Well, we have to try and eat them now.
Come here for the tasting.
Good.
What's the verdict?
Good. Well, Nige, that was such a brilliant experience.
Learned so much.
Making our pizza, eating our pizza. Now we just need a pizza oven.
Yeah.
We booked this experience through Get Your Guide, so we will put a link down below, or you can click on this QR code if you want to check out the experience that we did.
Oh, this is so cool. This is so Italian.
Before heading back to the van, there were a couple more things we wanted to check out. The Via San Gregorio Armeno is also known as Christmas Alley. All along this pedestrian street, you'll find markets selling Christmas ornaments and presepe, or nativity scenes, at any time of year. But of course, they were even busier now in December. So you can buy these for like thousands of euros. We even saw a workshop where they were making these presepe. And this nativity might be the best of them all because it's made out of pizza. And of course, we had to have an Aperol or two.
Ching.
Oh, and about that Diego Maradona obsession? Diego played with SSC Napoli from 1984 to 1991, helping the traditionally weak Naples side reach the heights of success, winning the league title in 1987 and again in 1990. He is remembered as a god in Naples even now, 35 years later.
What's going on here?
Well, Nigel's turning his pizza into something a bit more Nigel-like.
Well, cacioffi, a bit of prosciutto. More like a capricciosa, right?
Put some mushrooms on it, babe.
Oh, yeah. We set out to explore Naples with an open mind, and we absolutely love the energy and heartbeat of this city.
Yeah, and look, of course, you need to keep your wits about you, like anywhere. There was one time when we were walking through the town and I stopped suddenly to turn around and look for Nigel, and there was a guy following right behind me, and he kind of just stopped and looked at me for a little bit too long. It was a bit suspicious. Now, you know, I'm not saying he was definitely going to rob me, but it just seemed a bit sus. So I carried my backpack in front of me from then on.
Yeah, pickpockets are active everywhere. And you know, not just in Italy, everybody that we met here in Naples, you know, were just so nice, weren't they? You know,
yeah.
Very welcoming and friendly.
Yeah, we just love this city, yeah.
So many people come to this part of Italy and they avoid Naples and go to Pompeii, Vesuvius. Yeah, we think that's a mistake. If you have the time, we definitely recommend coming and spending the time in Naples itself. Whilst we saw a lot, there's definitely other parts of Naples that we didn't get to see.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't get to the big archaeological museum, which has a lot of their artefacts from Pompeii. Speaking of Pompeii, don't miss our next episode where we visit Pompeii, Herculaneum, and we hike up to the top of Vesuvius to look down into the volcano.
Thanks so much for watching. We've got plenty of Italian content to come. So hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers,
See ya.
guys.